I'm also down to play
Like
games
some Battlefield, Arc Raiders, Splintered Fate. We could just bounce around.
I'm also, that sounds, the only thing I have to do is I'm going over to my parents at like 10 or 11. Be back in a couple hours after that, and then I'm down for some game
I do want to
time.
go to Captain Games at some point tomorrow if you want to accompany me.
That sounds perfect. I will be in your steed, my good man.
Fortunately enough, I kind of have my Friday and Saturday open, so I don't really plan on like doing anything. I kind of want to just play video games.
Yeah, I bet you never thought you'd see us again, you motherfuckers.
And we're back. I'm pretty sure the last time we played this was like almost
May 31st.
Hey, yo, almost a fucking year. Oh, no, maybe not.
June, July. So July 9th, 2025.
Hey, yo, so damn near a half a year later, we're back at it.
Crazy, you know. Actually.
Somehow, we're both still alive on this earth. So,
fucking barely.
You know.
Barely. If you guys are still in tune with the God of War, it's like, dude, there's gonna be one person that's been like, I've been waiting for this.
Shout out to energy drinks for keeping me alive this long, quite frankly.
Oh my god, you're not even telling a lie. How the fuck do I play this game again?
You mash buttons until something happens.
That's a factual statement.
It is a statement that can be interpreted as fact, yes.
Okay, I think we have to shoot down this door, if I'm not mistaken, right? I remember how to roll. I remember a little bit of the combo system. I remember a couple things. We have to do this, right? This is correct?
Yeah, dude.
Because I think we broke down one wall, but I don't know if...
So, oh, damn, dude, look what you did. You opened a whole can of worms.
I just wanted to say hi to the dogs, dude.
Yeah.
This is Ogdo Bogdo and Trogdo Bogdo.
Dude. The fucking dynamic duo. That's what we should have named the fucking channel.
Dynamic dumbass is more like it.
Dynamic dumbass is peak, dude. We should have named the
Is that not compy or what?
What? Dynamic dumbass?
Oh, fuck.
That's genius,
isn't
dude.
There a block button? Yeah, okay. I remember. Tight shit.
If you say something retarded enough, it'll come back around to being a genius statement.
It will eventually come true.
It'll eventually, everything comes full circle, dude.
Come on, bitch.
You got your L2 ability too. Shock the shit out of them, bro. Roll into them and just fucking, by the power of Grayskull.
I actually did not use the L2 ability that much.
You got a fucking...
Oh, you motherfucker. Oh, man, they're comboing me?
Damn, bro.
Nah, I'm not
This ain't looking good.
Nah, we're
playing on the fucking hardest difficulty, aren't we?
I don't think we are.
I think we are, dude. And now I remember, because we were getting our ass handed. Bro, there's some parts in this game that are going to be fucking impossible.
Come take your medicine. Oh, shit.
This is what I'm saying, dude.
No, it's fine, bro. It's fine. I just didn't know it was the circle button. My fault.
I just need to get your temperature real fast.
Come take your medicine.
And it's a good 96.
I stored it in the peanut butter.
Oh, shit.
Nah, bro. I'm actually a professional. I've been sandbagging this whole time just for content.
I feel that, bro. I feel it.
Nice try, loser.
So, yeah, you haven't played the second game, right?
No, sir, but that's going to be around the corner.
These games get progressively better.
I've been trying really hard to play all the games that you've recommended to me. And I think I've been doing a good job so far. I've finally done as you wanted and cracking...
Trust my judgment, dude. I'm telling you, I know peak.
You've been correct. You've been correct.
I know peak, bro.
But allow me to be a little mean here and say, you haven't played too many of my games.
Which one do you want me to play? Name it. Which one, like, should I play? Because I've actually been trying to contemplate after Cyberpunk what major, like, single-player game I want to get to. Because Cyberpunk's been on my radar for a minute.
Sure, yeah.
So, and same with, like, Mass Effect, which... Mass Effect's a whole trilogy, so I really want to...
Yeah, that's huge.
That's yeah, and those games are long, so I'm really thinking about putting that on the back burner again. But throw me a game.
I mean, the big ones for me are the Souls games, of course, but I would really, if you'd allow me to give me some time to think about what I'd want to throw your way, because, you know, I don't want to throw you just some bullshit. I think this might suck.
You know, you might not believe me, but I have been trying to chip away at Demon Souls every once in a while. I do actually sit down and go like, okay, I'm just struggling really hard with that game. Like, I'm just not, like, doing what I want to. Every time I do it, I'm like, fuck, I'm getting my ass kicked. Like, I just gotta like really lock in and like study patterns and really try to understand the bosses and their mechanics in those games. Because I know that's kind of really the focus, is either going in overpowered as fuck to where the boss is nothing, or studying their every single move to where you just have them memorized like the back of your hand.
Demon Souls is less about that. It's, okay. I mean, it is for sure. Like, knowing what attack is coming is always going to benefit you. But it's really about, I don't know, like, making sure you have the resources, making sure, I don't know, it feels less about like reactions. It's a fairly slower of a game.
Okay.
So honestly, just making sure your equipment's on the up and up, having a good shield that has 100% fizz block, which I think by default as a knight class you do.
Okay. Well, so give me another game that's outside of like Demon Souls that you'd want me to play. Hey, yo.
I'm not putting smiley faces over that.
Hey, yo, we gotta fucking...
God.
Back-to-back Gooner games? Let's fucking go, dude.
Yeah, I'd be gripping at that shit too, bro. I'd be putting a hand out for the faith of the gods,
dude. He's
bro.
like, are these tits real?
Why is every fucking chick in Greek mythology in this game just packing the milk cannons, bro?
They breed them different there, bro.
I guess, bro. I need to find me a nice Greek woman to settle down with.
Hey, yeah, for real. Ares.
Oh, well, there's a save right there. Now if you...
Would you fucking show me holographic titties?
I know. I'm getting baited by Force Ghosts out here. Take this while I think about it.
Yeah, go for it.
Because I don't want to throw you, like, Neon White's a good game, but it's like, it's not going to change your fucking life. Either one's fine. The first save slot is my 100% completed slot. Doesn't matter. The game's already done. I mean, I really love Breath of Fire 4, but it's like, would you really rock with a JRPG?
Maybe.
Maybe not, but would that be the thing that I would throw at you? Probably not.
Like, what are games where you're like, oh, I haven't played that you're like, oh, and you've played and you're like, dude, this is like a must play. Like,
man, I really am a one trick, because all that's coming to mind is Souls, because those were the games that like really changed my like worldview on single player gaming and like the desire for difficulty and things like that. But yeah, give me some time to think about that. I'll actually get back to you.
Some more time, like actual time into Demon Souls.
I cannot lie. Every game that you send my way has been really good. Like, I have a level of blind faith in your judgment that is not easily granted. I will always give games that people recommend me at the very least a shot, but I'm like, if it's coming from Cody, yeah, it's probably gonna be good. That's kind of where I'm at. You've built up a rapport with me.
Yes, sir, dude. Dude, it's crazy that we're literally in the fucking tail end of the 20s right now, dude.
Don't remind me.
It's crazy. We're almost.
The PS3 is gonna be.
You know what? These conversations aren't fun. We shouldn't talk about how old this game is.
Did the PS3 come out in 2006 or 7?
Yeah, so it's 20 years old now.
Fuck me, dude.
That's fucking wild.
Yeah, I know. So I want to get to the second of this game. I'm looking to crack into the second of Devil May Cry. Even though the first game wasn't that great, it was still a time. I enjoyed myself somewhat. I forget if people were saying the second Devil May Cry or the third Devil May Cry was rough. I forget which one it was, but I know one of those earlier entries was a little bit not the best. But I'm like, as long as the combat's a little bit better, would you hope there would be another God of War entry? Is that something you'd be looking for, or do you feel like it's kind of open and shut at this point? There's not much more for the games to say. You don't want to ruin a good thing.
I kind of go back and forth, and I'm not going to say too much without, like, I'm not going to spoil anything of how Ragnarok is, but just in general, I would say there's room to continue, but I don't know if they should, just because...
Specifically with, like, Atreus or more of Kratos, or...
Well, I just, in general, well, I don't want to spoil anything, so just in general, I just think that I would be open to another God of War game, obviously, because Santa Monica's a great developer. But
nice, dude.
I don't want the games to overstay their welcome and burn out like every other franchise.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more.
quite frankly. And the way that that game ended, I would be content if that was the last one.
Okay.
I genuinely would.
That's valid. This was like, oh man, like this was such a pivotal time in gaming too, because this was ass end of PS2 into the PS3 generation. I feel like, you know, games were really starting to hit their stride around this time. I don't know. Do you feel like gaming has evolved for better or for worse?
In some ways, I think it's evolved in a better way, and in some ways, I think it's devolved.
A lot of that, in my opinion, comes from monetization. But like, you know, I've always been of the mind where it's like, if it's cosmetic, it's not that big a deal. But
I think games look and feel better to play. I mean, this game feels good to play, but like just in general, I think they've gotten better at gameplay and graphic fidelity. But I think storytelling and monetization, like you said, yeah, I think that's
a little bit lacking.
Yeah. Why do these guys keep spawning? Am I fucking something up?
I don't think so. I think you just gotta whip on these guys. As far as like the gameplay well is considered, I think we've reached a point of like homogenization where like games don't feel too different from one another, because like control schemes feel so defined that like people are afraid to like touch an already good formula of like you know, so many games borrow from like the Arkham style of combat, and like you kind of know exactly what you're doing the minute you jump into it. The same way like a lot of shooters feel the same way a lot of action games feel the same. So where like things just feel very defined right now, and there's not a lot of shakeups between like style of game.
I think
hopefully this is the last
we're
one.
right at the cusp of a huge technological breakthrough. Have you been keeping up with anything that like Meta's doing currently?
No, I've not, to be honest
So
with
their
you.
latest Meta glasses are crazy, actually. They just announced these new pair of Meta glasses, and I was just out of curiosity. I was like, all right, let's see what these are about. And it's kind of crazy what they're capable of doing. We're literally at, you know, you remember those glasses that
Yeah, the
Spider-Man had, that Tony gave him, that you can see like everything through them, like it's like your apps show up. Yeah, that's what they can do now. I'm not even kidding. It's crazy what those can do. And apparently there's a new pair of glasses out, or going to be released, I think. I saw this today. You can have your console hooked up to them, and it like projects in front of you what would look like a monitor or a like a television screen.
Okay, I see you.
And it wouldn't actually be there, but to you it looks like it's there.
This is a two-pronged thing, but my favorite, like, it's a Yu-Gi-Oh meme, but it's like meta this, meta that. Have you ever met a fucking girl before? But you know, the two-pronged part of that is like, as an old school Yu-Gi-Oh fan, we talked about this a little bit in the car when we went to the card shop. But dude, if we could get Duel Monsters holograms and play like Yu-Gi-Oh as the anime intended, that'd be so fucking. I would play Yu-Gi-Oh again. I actually would.
Yeah.
If I could battle as God intended with my fucking dual disc, and then fucking have a money match and put money on the line, and maybe even my my life expectancy, I might just get sent to the Shadow Realm, my dude. It's crazy how long it's been since we've like returned to this, but I'm also kind of glad that we're kind of getting back to this, and then like chipping away at some of the games that were in the well for us.
Yeah, I agree. How do you feel about that? What do you like? Do you think that there's future in like tech and video games?
Oh, for sure.
Like the marriage of those two, like VR, for example. Do you think there's a future in that with gaming? Do you think there's something there to evolve in a way to where it becomes more of a standard for gaming? Or
absolutely, I think that's like the one avenue that hasn't been pursued like a ton. That's like the most nice.
There we go.
The most room for, because like we were really just reaching like infancy stages in VR, like when it first hit the scene. You know, things were still a little bit wonky, graphic fidelity wasn't all that great, and one thing I've always pushed for, which is kind of like the point here, is like augmented reality, which is kind of what you're getting at. I mean, VR is like the truest sense of immersion that we can get right now until like there's some straight up Ready Player One type shit. Like until we get to that point, like that's the biggest expanse because we've really hit like a plateau as far as gaming is concerned. I mean, UE5 looks great. I've talked extensively. It's like this is the most unoptimized piece of dog shit.
This is the biggest piece of dog shit.
It really is, honestly. Like the term is Unreal 5 slop for a reason, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But even then, like games look good. They look really, really good. But even then, they've only been pushed so far from previous generation to previous generation. Like, you know, we've said this before, but the graphical leap from the PS1, or like even before that, like we were just working with sprites back in the day, to then the polygon era, to refining that polygon era in the PS2, like you see now, to the PS3, really pushing that even more, and then PS4, we've really gained a sense of, remember loading screens, by the way, gained a sense of realism in the environment, and then PS5 it is just like going about perfecting that. It's really just, and I've said this a million times, but it's just been parts upgrades. Upgrades have been so marginal that it's I always equate it to like getting a nicer guitar.
Yeah.
Where it's like you're only gonna get so much return. Like, yeah, you'll be able to tell the quality and crispness and tones that you get out of more and more priced guitars, but there's a difference between getting a cheap, shitty $50 or $100 guitar and then getting your first like $300 to $500 guitar.
Right.
And then beyond that, it's like there's not going to be that much of a difference between a $300 to $500 guitar and like $1,000+ guitar. It's so marginal.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, as a seasoned guitar player, you'll be able to tell the differences, but is it that groundbreaking? No. And that's kind of what we're feeling in gaming. The PS4 was like the 1000 series in what's it called, in graphics cards. Like we got the 1060, 1070, 1080, so that was like the PS4 era. You know, maybe the PS4 Pro was like the 1080 or what have you. PS4 to the PS5, I would say the PS5 is like the 30 series of graphics cards, and then the PS6 or whatever next is on the horizon.
Well, apparently that's been delayed. Did you hear about that? Because of everything that's going on with RAM right now.
And dude, I can bitch about that for
go ahead.
But the PS6 will probably be like the 50 series of cards that are out right now.
Yeah.
But literally on the back of so for those that don't know, and I don't know how you wouldn't know if you're like in touch with anything gaming related, one of the proprietary distributors for RAM has completely pulled out of the business to exclusively focus on AI.
Yeah.
And graphics cards companies, specifically Nvidia, is relegating I want to say either 40 or 60% of its workforce towards AI.
Yeah.
So this is creating an influx in the price of RAM prices, because we went from three distributors of RAM to now 2.
Yeah.
So naturally RAM prices are going to increase, which they have been immediately, and then graphics cards are going to get more expensive too. I think the highest end 50 series, I want to say, went from $2,000 to $4,000.
Yeah.
So, which in result of the RAM, people are taking their laptop RAM and taking it out of their laptops and then getting I think it's a PCIe converter so that the laptop RAM will go into their PC.
Wow.
And then people are also making their own RAM. They're actually going out of their way to buy boards to make RAM themselves. And it's gotten that bad. And on the back of that,
that's not sounding good.
Because of this was just the start, and I only think it's going to get worse from here. I actually went out of my way to buy RAM, which has gone very poor for me, because I think I got faulty RAM. I think the RAM I got is just not functionable. There's something wrong with it. So I had to swap back to my old RAM. I have to return it now.
I'm sure a lot of people are doing what you're doing right now too, which is just like kind of panic buying RAM right now before it gets worse.
Yeah, almost exactly. And I mean, it's the same things with graphics cards. I tell everyone, it's like, if you upgraded before all this, man, you did it at the fucking right time, let me tell you.
Yeah.
So this is directly resulting in console prices being marked up, because if they want to keep distributing these consoles, they have to buy RAM so that they can fucking make this shit.
Oh my god. Yeah.
And you know, that's gonna result in the PS6 being pushed back, but we already thought that the Steam machine was going to be a little on the expensive side, but that's only going to push that even more so. The Steam machine, like, we're maybe guessing that originally we thought the Steam machine would be like $600-700. After some consideration, we're like, oh, okay, it's going to be priced like a PC, so it's going to be in the neighborhood of like maybe $1,000, give or take. But now, in light of this, it's going to be that much more expensive.
What do you think is the purpose of all these tech companies suddenly diving head first into AI? What is it about AI that you think is going to bring a huge profit to these companies? Because I've been kind of like pondering that question myself.
That's a really tough one. AI is really flexible. I won't say that I don't use it myself. Like, I make use of it like here and there in thumbnails pretty sparingly, but if there's an asset that I'm really looking for that just doesn't exist, I'll ask AI to like generate it for me. But other than that, I don't interact with it much. The benefit of it,
well, as far as like a business standpoint, I'm like trying to there's like a few things that I've thought. I'm like, a major one that I've thought is that they could sell it to companies and then they get a huge cut of the profit of whatever that company makes because they're using their AI. What the fuck? Why didn't that? Or the other thing I was thinking too that they could use it for is they could sell it to military.
yeah, that's possible.
But I mean, the military thing does seem pretty plausible.
Yeah.
Especially with tensions and everything going on in the world right now. We don't have to get too deep into that,
No.
but just, I mean, everyone knows it's just not looking good around the world.
So, I mean, gaming is like obviously the market we're closest to, and honestly, AI manufacturing in gaming is gonna be the death of a lot of employment. Right now, it all seems good because it's new and fresh and it's helping the workforce or whatever. Whether you like it or not, it's maybe helping push some projects that might be, you know, many years out, and it's kind of giving them the chance to kind of like workshop some of this stuff like a little bit faster. Like, it's a tool at the end of the day. Especially in the gaming space. But I think long term, like I said, it seems nice now for the people that are using it in their jobs, but I think it's going to put people in the gaming space out of their jobs, because it's going to be like, all right, AI has reached a level of stability where we can kind of power down our workforce a little bit. We don't need as many people.
Do you think that it's going to be a detriment to the average worker though? Because if AI takes more jobs, that's less jobs for people, right?
So not specifically in like jobs like you or I work necessarily,
Well,
but like
we're both kind of in that field.
specifically in like, you know, exclusively sticking to the gaming field, I think it's going to have a direct effect on something like that, because, you know, it's going to be able to help with coding. It's going to be able to help produce assets, especially the more and more it evolves. And the more it evolves, it is going to require, nice, dude, good shit. It is going to require like less to make these games. Like, it's going to require less of a workforce when AI can do so much of the heavy lifting. So
yeah.
I think that's going to directly result in mass layoffs at companies like Sony or Microsoft or Nintendo or wherever.
See, so I kind of agree with you, but the only thing I'm thinking is I'm like,
Don't run from me, bitch.
come back here.
Let me lay this godly pipe.
The only thing I'm thinking though is I'm like, okay, if that's the case and it's going to eat up more jobs and they don't have to pay more people to get things done and it's more reliable, wouldn't that still in a way crash the economy? Because you still need people to make money, to spend money. You know what I mean? Like, to buy things.
I think that's exactly what's going to happen. I think there will be an economic crash.
But so why wouldn't, if you're like the CEO of these companies, why wouldn't you be thinking about that? You know what I mean? Like,
because if you're the CEO, you've put yourself in such a safeguard place where you're not directly affected by that, but people under you will be.
but then like, I just don't see how, like, there's no way they can be that stupid to where they eventually get to that point and they're like, how come people aren't buying my product? You know what I mean? I'm like, bro, you didn't do the math? Like, fuck, if no one's, how did you leap that? Holy shit.
Because right now everything is early and right now everything is good, and I think they're just looking to cash in while they can. The short term is where they're reaping everything, but the long term is like, I've already secured my position.
Yeah, like, I don't think they're thinking that through properly. Potential huge benefit for the company itself, but if no one's buying what you're selling anymore, you get what I'm saying? I'm like,
No, I 100% do.
I just don't. If you and I are already thinking about that, how is the CEO not thinking that? You know what I mean?
He or she has nestled themselves into a place of security. Like, you're the CEO, no one's really gonna fuck with you.
Right.
But everyone else under you, like your assistants or like, you know, your grunts or whatever, are going to be directly affected by it. Yeah, all the people doing the grunt work kind of are, their hand is forced. Like, all right, this is what we're being tasked with. Either I don't do my job and I get fired, or I have a job for some time and then I have to worry about it later.
It's crazy too, in like the area that we live in particular, like the boom in the tech right now out in that area where we both work. It's just crazy how like fast and rapid it's just seems to be progressing with that, to where it's almost seems like the majority of jobs that are paying well are those tech jobs right now. It's almost like single-handedly keeping the economy somewhat afloat. Not that there aren't jobs right now that are providing good pay. It's
but
just,
there's more jobs as a result of it, because yeah, it is an arms race and everyone's looking to dip their hand into the fucking cookie jar.
right. It's fortunate for people like us who are already kind of have like a general interest in tech to be in a position that we're both in to work for tech companies, but not everyone has that luxury, you know? So, and I'm very much aware of that. And that's why I'm kind of worried about the state of where things are going, even though I might be doing okay at the moment. How long is that really going to last, especially if we complete their goal?
I can understand where certain companies would benefit from it, like we were talking about earlier, but like in general, the benefit, I don't know if I understand. Like, you know, you kind of can't help but to get some doomsday vibes a little bit.
Yeah, because I'm like, I don't understand where this road leads. That's the thing I'm really like hung up on. And I mean, the optimist in me wants to think that this is a huge good thing for humanity and we'll get closer to a point where it's like universal base income, if that's really what people want, you know, and like to where jobs really aren't like a thing, you know, 30 years down the line. But I just don't see, whenever have companies really looked out for the average person, you know what I mean? Like,
no, it's
so obviously there's a profit to be had there, but like, are they really going to look out for us when those jobs are gone? Like, I don't think so, dude. Like,
we are completely expendable. And
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
there isn't like a true answer. Like, there's only supposition at this point. Like, I've seen far too many like sci-fi doomsday movies, like The Matrix, like Terminator,
fucking Blade Runner type shit.
Yeah, where I just like I'm in the same exact vibes as you are, where I'm just kind of like thinking about the worst of all this situation that could come out.
It's like that quote from Jurassic Park, dude. You were too concerned wondering if you could. You never stopped to think if you should.
Cody, I was going to say, do you need another tutorial message to tell you to square, triangle?
No, dude. This guy is cooked, dude.
I know. Imagine showing up to your 9 to 5 just to get juggled.
Just to get juggled, bro. It's like their first day on the job. They're stationed here, and then Kratos just comes through and fucks them up.
All right, so pretty much you're just tasked with just to kind of hang out, you know, just look over the kingdom and just test the... Is that Kratos?
Yeah, bro, low-key. They're just like, who the fuck is that?
Is that the literal god of war, even though that's fucking... What's his nuts? Why can't I think of his name?
Ares?
Yeah, thank you.
I really don't know, man. It's...
I don't think there's a good way to know until, unfortunately, it's too late.
We see what's at the end of the tunnel.
I don't get the warm fuzzies about any of this, but I'm so like coded in like an old-fashioned way where like...
And it's not like you can run from it either. It's like
no,
happening
it's
around the world.
Yeah.
You know, and like in a way, that's why I think in a way it is kind of like a race, not only with other tech companies here in the U.S.
Another save.
I guess so.
I'll take it.
But I also think it's like a race with other countries that are doing the same thing. And I think it's kind of like the space race in a way, where it's like we know these guys are trying to get more advanced in this technology, but we need to have the leg up above them. And with tensions in the world, that's why I'm like almost starting to think more like military, is because I'm almost thinking like we need to have this more advanced than them, because we don't need the potential enemies to have the upper hand on us.
Well, think about, man, why
And they're just not saying that, you know what I mean?
Think about like in the early 2000s, going to like Afghanistan or like Iraq or whatever, or like, you know, whenever the United States would, this is getting very political, like whenever the United States would have their specific targets that they were on the lookout for, like Bin Laden or something like that, being able to identify that target that much easier, like, you know, as far as taking out Bin Laden is concerned, in that time, I feel like I remember us doing it pretty fast and pretty effectively, but I think that makes that even easier to identify, like, and it's like, all right, AI, God, you know, be on the lookout for Something Wong. If he shows up in any any airport or any fucking anywhere with a camera,
yeah,
you notify us immediately, and then we'll send infantry to fucking extract. I mean, what just happened in fucking Venezuela?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, does that not make that situation that much more easier too? And
it's true.
You know, that shit happened overnight. Everyone was fucking asleep and that shit happened.
Yeah, that literally did happen overnight, which
I remember the fucking, like, all the things that were going on just before that, where it was like, man, I can't remember that dude's fucking name, but like Venezuela has, like, you know, millions of like people at the ready to like protect whatever his fucking name is.
Maduro or whatever?
Yeah,
is that his name? Modelo?
Protect Modelo. And when it's like, oh, the U.S. is only sending in like 1,000 infantry. There's no way they're getting past. Oh, it happened overnight.
Oh shit! It happened in 53 minutes.
Oh, no casualties. Like, went off without a hitch. No fucking problem.
Yeah, for real. But you know, just tying that all together, I do think, like, obviously there's tensions going on in the world. There's obviously a chess strategy going on here with other countries, and you know, there's a reason we're all these countries are behaving this way. And I just think that, you know, if human history has taught us anything, it's that if we can turn that into a weapon, we will. And
100%. I mean, that's been like the case with all military, not personnel, but like artillery or anything like that. It's like, oh, we need to make sure we're the pioneer of like nuclear warfare. We need to make sure we have the biggest red button or anything like that.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, it's like the nuclear arms race, right?
Exactly. It's the same fucking thing here. But yeah, you're correct, where it's like anything that can be under the guise is wrong word, but under the supposition that it could be used for military purposes, we need to be at the forefront of what that is. And yeah, I mean, it's just the latest and greatest.
If anything, it's AI is more under the guise of like, oh, it's going to be a benefit to, you know,
the people,
yeah, and entertainment and all this.
Use your L3R3.
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing. But with that being said, I know this is kind of like somewhat of a heavy subject, just because people have so many, you know, polar opposite views, quite frankly, on subjects like that. But I do think it's important to talk about, because it is in a way kind of indirectly affecting every person in the world, not just Americans, but everybody, with what's going on in with the AI and what's going on in the world in terms of just, you know, conflict. And I think it's just important to talk about. I think the more we talk about it, I think the more we can kind of figure out what's really going on.
I mean, it's not something that you can ignore, like,
not only ignore, but also something you may potentially need to prepare for.
Google, to begin with, had some form of AI in it, because, you know, you had to have like some type of search engine to work with. But now it's even more so, where it's like the top result is like directly affected by AI. You know, all like so many of my fucking Instagram reels or whatever. Ugh.
Dude, and that's the other thing too that's scary about AI just in general is just how much of AI slop is just infested on fucking TikTok and Instagram. And it's doing a really good job already of convincing people it's real. And that is a really terrifying thought, man, because how the fuck are you supposed to know if something's actually true or not? You know, you can fucking like steer the narrative on anything, literally anything of what's true and what's not. And you have the tool to do so. And the fact that we're getting that close to not knowing the difference is a terrifying thought, you know?
Yeah, I mean, when it was new and fresh, it was like, oh, haha, it's bad, it's funny, like whatever. But now it's
getting to a point where
like it's a lot cleaner. It's getting into the hands of literally anyone.
And it's no longer just being used for memes. It's being, you know, actually used for what people fear it would be used for.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny to see the president say some stupid shit, but, you know, what happens when it starts to look a little bit more meaningful?
I mean, yeah, not even that, though. It's like not even politics, like people, you know, you can make up bullshit about just anyone, and people might eat that up and believe it, really stir up a lot of people's perception on, you know, people and events, and it's just all around not good.
Yeah, there's too many avenues where this thing goes wrong and very few where it goes very right.
Right, and that ultimately just ties back to, it's like, I don't understand what they're thinking with this. I know it's the basic idea of getting that much closer to general artificial intelligence and what that could mean, but like, I mean, something like that, I just feel like we're meddling with stuff we don't understand.
I think we understand it right now, but it's a fucking, I mean, Pandora's already out of the box, bro. It's already it's already too late for us to stop this wagon wheel.
Yeah, and nice fucking Greek call right there too. Fucking
Thank you.
But yeah, like right now we do, but that's what I'm saying. Down the line, I don't think anybody really can predict what's going to come of this. Somewhat of a positive light with that. I could see developers using that in a positive way.
Yeah, especially like, in my opinion, the most positive way for development of like movies or video games or whatever is at the indie level, because indie developers are so strapped for resources that using any tool like to help like proceed things along, you know, I look at it as a good thing. Like I said, I use AI in bits and pieces here myself if I need like an asset generated.
Right. The one of the first things that came to my mind as far as like how you can implement AI into video games is like, if you take like an RPG game, like any RPG really, and you give some of the characters in that game that you interact with like general artificial intelligence, I think those interactions could be really immersive. Like you take like a Bethesda game and it's not like it follows somewhat of a script, but depending on like what you say, and it wouldn't even be you choosing your dialogue, you would just be speaking to it through your mic. And then depending on what you say, you know, that character will actually talk back to you. It'll have some sort of a programming within that character to be able to, you know, steer you to like whatever quest you need to get or whatever information you need to get out of that character, but you still have the ability to just freely speak with it. And I think that could be really cool for video games, you know?
Absolutely.
If they use it that way.
We spoke a lot of negative. I do want to like try to keep it a little bit on the positive side.
I want to steer it towards more positive too.
What do, by the way?
I would upgrade your blades personally. Yeah, but speaking of like these games and where they go in the future, I think it's heavily rumored. I think it's a rumor that like where they think they're going to go next with God of War is in Egypt. An Egyptian lore, and Egyptian gods.
Fucking hanging out with Ra, dude. And oh man, Bafadis.
But that could be kind of cool.
Did you know about Bafadis?
I'm not huge into Egyptian lore, no.
Bafadis nuts.
Nice.
Thank you. Oh man, I
Nice,
almost
you got my ass with that.
Scuffed that. Thank God.
It was all a ploy to sabotage you.
It wasn't like there wasn't like a button to grab onto.
I just jumped right at it when I climbed the last set of vines.
Okay, maybe it's because I stopped my momentum that I fucked myself. These games and like gods as in generalization, like across different cultures, has such a different like context. Like you don't think about like the god of light Ra in the same context as you do fucking Jesus Christ, right?
Right.
Which is like interesting to think about. Like, will we get fucking God of War in parentheses Christianity at one point?
You know, I know that's been somewhat of a subject too with these games, just to see what they would do. I just think something like that is, unfortunately, anything when it comes to Christianity is just touchy for people to want to tackle, you know, unfortunately.
I think, well, you know, funnily enough, damn, I'm getting smoked right now. We were just on the back of playing Neon White a little bit. We did like a really brief one-stop shop. I wouldn't mind returning to that game just casually on the channel here and there.
Yeah.
But you know, that game is all about fucking heaven and God and the afterlife and stuff. Even if it's like very subtle, you know, it's still like the driving narrative element in the game. So, you know, and a lot of people like that game. It is like a sleeper kind of on like game. Like, it's popular for sure. It has its popularity, but like not at masses. And it's funny because something like that doesn't turn people off from playing it. They're just like, oh, a fun game. Like, who cares about all this God crap? Which and I made a crouch block video about that game, just like a really casual like video. But in that game, I said my relationship with religion is like very, you know, take it or leave it. It like, I don't hold a lot of stock into it. But when I was a teenager, I used to be like, like religion, like who fucking cares? Like, even if there is a God, like he's not looking out for me type shit.
Right.
Put on my fucking black hoodie that has the fucking thumb holes in it in the sleeves or whatever. Yeah. Put on my eyeliner and yell at my parents or something like that.
Right.
But you know, as I've gotten older and mellowed out, it's just like, dude, like who am I to deny someone of their like world belief, you know? If this sounds derogatory, but you know, it's nice that in my eyes that people could have like a level of blind faith in something that, you know, isn't tangible, that they can look to in trying times. Even if like, you know, it's like and I referenced this in the video, but it's like the Justice League episode that we watched.
Or Nightcrawler, dude.
Yeah, or Nightcrawler. And fucking when he's talking to Logan in the show, you know, Logan fucking converts to Christianity, bro. You fucking Rogue sees him in the church, like
peak moment in that show, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just like, dude, you know, sometimes just having something to have your faith in, even if it is blind, is nice, bro. So.
The one thing I will say, without diving too deep into that, just because I know religion could be a really touchy subject.
I think it's super fascinating.
I do too. I take no offense to anyone's opinion on religion at all. I'm just saying I know some people get really offended by conversations like that. But I think the one thing that you can say is a benefit from stuff like that, which I don't necessarily think that everyone needs to find religion in order to get what I'm about to say, but I think there is a level of accountability in it. And I think that accountability for your actions, I think we've kind of lost our way as a society and like holding ourselves accountable and being responsible. And I'm not saying you need to have religion to find that, but it is a good tool for those who do follow religion in having that level of morality and accountability, you know?
Hey, bro, you want to talk about accountability?
And I know that might even be a bit touchy to say, but I'm just that's just personally what I believe, you know?
Man, I know motherfuckers don't have accountability. Shout out to when I played Marvel Rivals when it first came out, because there was not a time, and I'm going to do the thing I always do, talk very briefly about fighting games, but fighting games have such like a sense of ownership because it's just you and your opponent, right? So you are a direct result of whether you win or lose. And I had been playing fighting games for years at this time. So I'd been away from team games for a very long time. So my first dive back into team games, I got kind of whiplash because the lack of accountability, like even with my own friends, it was like if my homie were to die, it was never, oh man, I fucked up there. It was always like, oh dude, this fucking tank sucks, or this healer wasn't healing me. It's never on them, bro.
No ownership.
Exactly. And I'm just like, oh dude, like some of you guys wouldn't make it as fighting game players because like you refuse to
identify your own mistakes.
Exactly. And I'm just like, holy shit. As much as I love the genre and would recommend it towards everyone, I'm just like, you know, maybe some people ain't built for this because thinking introspectively of something that could be your own fault is just impossible for some people.
Yeah.
So I don't disagree.
I think that in general, just taking religion out of it, I think in general, I think accountability just makes better people, quite frankly. Yeah. However you find that sense of morality and accountability to hold yourself accountable for your actions and the things you say and things you do and the way you live your life. However you choose to, you know, find that, you know, to each their own. You know, if you're more considerate of those around you and considerate of your actions have repercussions and the things you do matter, I think we would have a better structured society if people were more in line with that. Fuck me, dude. God. But that's just what I think. I think so many people are like inconsiderate of other people's beliefs and feelings on subjects that, you know, their way is the only way and no one else's way is the right way because it's not my way. You know, I know I said that in a really fucked way, but I said way like 7 times, but you get what I'm saying. It's like even when it comes to, you know, politics, religion, world events, or, you know, how people live their day-to-day life or how they treat their relationships and stuff like that. I think people are less and less and less considerate as time has progressed. And it's really sad to see people get to that point. And I think people need to find a way to bring their own morality back in a way, you know, like really focus on the things that are important to them in life. Stand by have some sort of belief in something, you know, to stand by. And I think a lot of people are just lost and don't really know how to interact with each other anymore. And everyone's got a negative view on everyone else because social media and these platforms will like feed with these algorithms your thought process and make you think the whole world's against you.
Absolutely.
And I think the more that people are willing to identify that, I think that's the first step into bettering their life and bettering their mentality. And yeah, I know that was kind of incredibly deep but that's what I think just on that topic.
When I think of like a certain stuck in their wayness, I typically think of like the older generation because like, and maybe this is just out of my experience, but like talking to someone of the older persuasion, like it's like, this is the way I know things. Nothing's going to bring me out of this like mental space.
You know, it's just like, I think that kind of goes back to like traditional values that older generations have. And the older that I get, I just kind of identify with what they were saying. Cause it's like what you were saying earlier. I'll just kind of go on a tangent so you can do this. You know, when I was younger, I was kind of the same way where I was just like, you know, fuck all that, fuck these rules, you know, I'm just going to do this and that and this and that. And then the older you get, you realize that there's just no real like gratification at least I view it that way. I don't get real gratification with that. And there's no real, when you live a life without discipline, you know, I feel like you slowly kind of lose, you know, a sense of purpose and a sense of just overall meaning, I guess, in what you do. And I think those older generations were onto something with their traditional values because they hold on to what they believe, which is, you know, traditionally speaking, you know, it's sort of family, your wife and kids and stuff like that. And those are the things, you know, and I just think those generations, as I'm getting older, they're like onto something with that, you know, and it doesn't necessarily have to be family or anything like that, but I think family is a big part of it. And I guess that's a form of maturity, I guess, in a way, because you're no longer going like, you know, you're wrong, mom and dad, you know, and you're more like, oh, okay,
me. Yeah,
you know, maybe you're onto something because you seem more satisfied and content with life and where you're at than I currently am, you know?
Yeah, this game's but I mean the whole religion conversation started because there is this weird relationship between like God in parentheses Christianity and like gods in parentheses Norse gods or Greek gods or like Egyptian gods or whatever. Which is like what you were saying is like where the franchise might be gearing itself towards, which I think is interesting. I'm totally down for that. You know, like you're saying, people get a little bit weird when any kind of like
people can get just really touchy about things they're very passionate
specifically about. Like it's with Christianity, but under something like Greek or anything like that, people don't care. It doesn't bother them at all. Like there's that disconnect.
Yeah,
it's
true.
It's fascinating.
I think it's just because it's labeled as such, like it's Greek mythology.
Dude, I cannot tell you how fucking many times I hit square, square, triangle in this game. It's just like, it is true.
Go-to. Oh, that was sick.
Yeah, it's truly the go-to string for sure. Shout out to Mortal Kombat 9 for having Kratos.
I was just about to say, actually, earlier, that in Ragnarok, I think it is, you know that there was a DLC in Mortal Kombat 9 that had Kratos in it?
Yeah.
In Ragnarok, he refers to that. Like he references it. Yeah, he talks about, he's like, was there anything that you did ever? They asked Kratos like stories, and he was like, yeah, I was in a world fighting tournament, and he's like referencing Mortal Kombat.
Oh, that's so funny.
Isn't that kind of cool? I was like, damn.
Equally funny is I actually got like a little bit of a content feed. They were pretty much like, oh, like Kratos was banned. I'm like, okay, why was he banned? Was he like super cheap or something like that? It's like, oh no, like I hate when content does a job to like extend itself as like a trick where it's like, okay, maybe Kratos was like super cheap or something like that, but the video ultimately results in it, oh, he was a PlayStation exclusive, that's why he's banned. Like, you couldn't have just said that. Like, you had to make it seem like it was much bigger than the actual answer was. Does that make sense?
Yeah, you had to like do like some run around.
Is that a ladder now?
I've actually played through MK9's story. It's pretty good, actually.
MK9 and 10 are like so well regarded because of like the freedom of the combo system and like the crazy shit that you can do in the games. Like it's funny because like people bitch about like games being broken, but some of the most fun fighting games are like the literal most broken ones. Like Marvel vs. Capcom 2, the crazy shit that you can do in there. Mortal Kombat 9 and 10 are extremely well regarded. Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 or vanilla Marvel vs. Capcom 3, like the most fun fighting games are like the ones that just have some bullshit in there, and it's because like I don't know, like I like Street Fighter, I really do, but it's a little too dry for me.
Dude, how do you feel about the fucking movie?
I'll watch it.
You think it's gonna be good?
I have no idea.
I have no idea either. It'll either be great or it'll be horrible. I feel like with the trailer that we got, it's either one or the other.
The thing is, though, is like, as much as I don't dig the streaming generation of movies, is like, if I know or am under the impression that a movie's gonna be terrible, I kind of want to stream it so I can like openly rip on it.
Yeah.
Whereas like, all right, I have to go through like, cause when you can just, it's the same thing with when we watched FNAF. It was so bad.
That was horrible.
That you could just like, all right, I'm gonna shit on this movie the entire time with my friends, and it's gonna result in it being like a better time.
Yeah.
If it is that kind of movie, I would want to stream it. But I mean, if it's a bad movie and you go in theaters, you can't have that experience. But
damn, bro, his face almost looks like Hagrid PS1.
Oh, dude, Hagrid PS1 is so bad. It's
the goated character models.
You're a wizard, Harry. Dude, I told you this joke I mean, it was like more of a moment in time that just happened to be funny. But when it was Christmas time and I went to go hang out with the fam, me and my sister were cracking each other up because I was saying is like, obviously everyone in the world knows I'm a big Harry Potter fan. I know the movies and books have its flaws. They're not as good as like something like a Star Wars. I have a very big soft spot for them. I could talk endlessly about those movies, but I was saying it's like, oh man, I want to be in the retirement home, and I want to call my bedside nurse Wormtail, and then just like command her around like a Lord Voldemort and be like, Wormtail, make the morphine go drip drip. Wormtail. My kids come and visit me while I'm fucking geriatric and like in the nursing home. It's like, Wormtail, beat the youngest. And just me and my sister were cracking each other up. Get that saved, baby.
Oh yeah.
And then I think we do have the throwing
Yeah,
weapon.
that's what I was just about to do.
This is like, I always say too, this is like some of the most fun time I have in gaming. Where it's like, I really love streaming games and stuff too. That's been like a lot of fun for me. But like, you know, just playing games with
on the
my
couch,
bro
dude.
Yeah, making jokes. Yeah, fuck you, bitch.
Dude, you want to know what one of my favorite moments from Harry Potter is that I think about every once in a while? That's so fucking funny. I think it's from Harry Potter.
Lay it down.
I think it's from Order of the Phoenix. Remember the Hunchback dude when they go to fucking Sirius Black's place in the beginning of Order of the Phoenix? And I think it's in Order of the Phoenix. Maybe I'm remembering wrong.
Okay.
But he starts laughing. He's like the henchman dude or whatever, and he's like bald, and he starts laughing. He goes, and they look at him, and he goes, dude, that part, I don't know why, but it's like lives rent free in my head.
My favorite.
That part's so fucking funny, dude.
My favorite like sleeper moment, my sleeper favorite moment, it's like, it's both humorous and like just kind of like a badass moment where it's like they're trying to
Dude, bro, I'm blocking.
I
was fucking holding L1.
They're trying to get what is his name? Fucking what's the headmaster? Is it Dumbledore? They're trying to get Dumbledore out of his office in I think it's also Order of the Phoenix.
Dumbest story, dude.
And they're just like he's like all right, so it's like all right, so you're going to come with us then, Dumbledore. He's like, oh, you're under the impression that I will, what is the phrase? Come quietly.
Come quietly.
Yeah. And he's just like, you know, say what you will, but Dumbledore's got style. And I'm just like,
oh my god, I forgot about that.
He gets out of there. Like that shit is kind of compy, you know?
Dumbledore got style. You see how Dumbledore pulled up to the function?
Damn, the hoes gonna love Dumbledore.
Yeah, bro.
Low-key, I kind of did want to, like, I think it would be fun to low-key boot up the Lego Harry Potter game, because, like, when I first cracked
dude, that Lego Batman game's gonna be gas.
I'm saying, though, bro. When I played
nice, dude.
It kind of took everything in, like, the beginning section of, like, the movies and, like, fast-forward mode.
Yeah.
I'm just like, all right, obviously this is, like, a parody, so it's, like, it's gonna like get us through things as quickly as possible so we can actually get into like the core gameplay. I'm just like, so naturally the movie's not going to be that much on fast forward, but the movie kind of is a little bit. I'm just like, man, I forgot how fast the beginning section of this movie rolls. But I'd actually recently been using Audible, actually.
Nice.
Not sponsored, by the way. If you guys want to sponsor us and have all 8 of our viewers,
hey yo,
take a gander at Audible. They had actually done independent voice acting for maybe the first couple of Harry Potter books. But shout outs to the person that plays Dumbledore. You know who plays Dumbledore in the audiobooks?
Who?
Hugh Laurie.
Who's that?
Dr. House.
Dr. House from House?
Yes.
Really?
House MD. He plays Dumbledore. And he doesn't do a bad job. All the voice acting is pretty decent, not bad. Sounds kind of sort of close enough to the movies I actually wanted to do some work with Harry Potter where before they had fully invested in the audio cast, I was going to read through the books. And as like my own audiobook, but add sound effects. But those motherfuckers beat me to it with a fully acted voice cast. So
damn. Dude, hell yeah, dude.
Baby.
That's what I'm talking about, bro. Why don't they make games like this anymore, dude? You know what? Fucking hashtag bring back the Yiddies in the new fucking God of War games, bro. Because there is a lack of fucking fucking boobs, dude. A lack of fucking tits, dude.
But in the modern gaming era, there's a lot of gooner bait, so...
I know, but just bring it back in God of War is all I'm saying.
Let me see them Yiddies for real.
Yeah, for real, dude. Dude, I was going to say that there's a Lord of the Rings, like, reading, like, Audible thing, and they got Andy Serkis to do all 3 books.
No shit,
yeah, the fucking Gollum himself, dude.
Fucking,
kind of sick, actually.
What's it called?
Think about listening to that.
The only voice actor I fucking hated, which I guess you could argue that this is a sense of him doing a good job, is the little shit that plays Draco Malfoy.
Potter?
No, it's not fucking like it doesn't even. He sounds like sneering. I don't know how to like, which I guess could. I don't know how to explain it. He sounds like a fucking preppy like rich kid in like a really generic way.
I mean, that's kind of the character, right?
It is, but like, what is the guy's name that plays Malfoy? I cannot think of it.
I don't know.
I'm not even gonna try to hazard a guess.
It's the dude from Logan that's got the metal arm.
But yeah, he sounds like
that's a completely different guy.
Dude, he sounds like such a little shit, which I guess you could say is like perfect casting, but like your voice is like kind of annoying to listen to. I'm not gonna lie.
Like nails on a chalkboard.
A little bit. He's like, ew, like Potter's come to play. It's like, what will you do,
Potter's come to play.
It's a shame your parents are dead. I'm like, oh fuck. All right, well, I haven't used Audible much, because so much of my content time is spent on YouTube because I have YouTube Premium. But I did pick up another audiobook that wasn't Harry Potter. Surprise, surprise. I've been recommended this book a couple different times, but it's called Red Rising. I don't know if you're familiar.
No.
I haven't cracked into it yet, but it feels like this little underground book that just gets like a lot of praise. I know nothing about it, but
I don't know anything about it.
If any of you guys are in the comments section are familiar and just want to drop some recommendations about like what you love about Red Rising, by all means. Dude, and I mean, fucking, why stop at Harry Potter? Why not? This might get into the topic of content oversaturation, but you know, there's plenty of Star Wars books that,
yeah, there's a few books I've wanted to read in Star Wars. I wanted to read the Darth Plagueis book.
And dude, imagine if that was all voice acted for your viewing and or listening pleasure.
If they got fucking, is it Ian McDermott? Yeah, that plays Palpatine. It got him to come in, dude. That'd be fucking sick, especially for that book.
These are the Yiddies that I don't want to see, bro. I'm not trying to see.
Those are the best ones. Are you kidding me?
It's fucking Harpy Lady from Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah, dude.
Just not as sexy.
You know, it was a bunch of dudes that made these old games for sure because they're like, let's just slap tits on everything, dude.
Throw it on there. Snake Lady, Bird Lady.
Dude, I love it. I love it, bro. I fucking love it. They're like, let's have our main character just rip fucking everything apart and then slap some titties on every fucking chick, dude.
I mean,
and every dude in that fucking was like, yeah, dude, exactly, bro. That's what I'm saying. I kind of am agreeing with the chick, though, where it's like, it appeals to the male fantasy. I'm like, she probably watched like 10 minutes of this game and said that because like this game is 100%, you know, in that category for sure.
Valid crash out.
You know what I mean? Like in the circumstance of this game, I'm like, that's a valid point. This game is definitely just guy coded for sure.
Oh, 100%.
You know?
But I'm just like, you know, such a large populace of gamers are guys, so I'm just like,
true.
It's a
There's definitely more women playing video games today than there was in the past,
then,
but yeah.
Like if we're talking
statistics for sure.
Sheerly in the spectrum of percentages.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it's true. It's just true. Should we call up there with this one?
We definitely can. And you know what? Maybe it won't be 6 months by the next time we play.
Who knows, dude? Only time will tell.
Only God knows.
Oh, the God of War knows?
All right, yeah, but that's gonna do things for us. Thank you guys so much for watching. This was fairly fun for I assume the both of us. I had a good time.
It was a dreadful experience.
I had a fucking
Just kidding. It was great.
gonna kill myself
This game's
after
awesome.
this. No, it was a lot of fun. Yeah, if you guys want to see more God of War and want us to keep on playing and trekking through this game, let us know in the comments down below. If you guys have any heartfelt thoughts about any of the things that we said prior to this, let us know as well. And if you guys want to support us further, you guys can absolutely do so. The best way right now for smaller content creators like ourselves is by word of mouth. Shout out the channel, you know, like it, comment, all that good stuff. And if you want to even go a step further and support us individually, you can do so by supporting this guy at CodeMeisterP or CodeMeister_P, depending on where you're looking. He's got TikTok, SoundCloud, all that good stuff. He is very music oriented, so expect really good musical based content when you are encroaching his places and spaces.
If you want to check out this guy, check out XG_Sen or G_Sen. He's got a Twitch that he's been streaming a lot on lately, so you should go check that out.
See you guys on the next one. Peace.